Hello, my wonderful friend. Welcome to VUS Learning English podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here with me today. Today, we have a very special episode. We are going to learn something that can help you feel more confident. We will learn about business English. But do not worry, this will be easy, it will be fun, and it will be very, very helpful. We are going to learn 25 new phrases together. These are phrases that can help you at work. They can help you sound clear and professional. And we will follow a story about a young man named Leo. His journey will be our guide. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here with me. It means the world. If you enjoy our time together today, please think about following or subscribing. It is a small click for you, but it helps our podcast grow. It helps us reach more English learners just like you. I am always curious. Where are you listening from today? Are you in India or Indonesia? Maybe you are in Bangladesh. Let me know in the comments. I love to see where our friends are in the world. Okay, are you ready? Find a comfortable place. Take a deep, slow breath. Let's begin. Let's imagine a room. It is a meeting room at a big company. The room is quiet and very clean. A man starts to talk. His voice is deep. His voice is strong. He is a senior manager. He says, "So the numbers for Q3 are worrying. The first numbers show that people are not using our new platform. This is a big drop. We need a plan to fix this. And we need the plan very, very fast. What are your ideas?" A young man is in the room. His name is Leo. Leo's heart starts to beat fast. He has an idea. He worked on his idea for many weeks. He thinks, "This is my chance. This is my moment." He clears his throat, but the sound is very small, like a little whisper. He says, Maybe we could. Try to. I was thinking we could make some videos to show people how to use the platform." His voice gets quieter and quieter, and then it stops. The senior manager is named Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris looks at Leo for 1 second. Then he turns away. It is like Leo did not speak at all. Mr. Harris says, "Anyone else?" The room is silent. It is a very sad and heavy silence for Leo. Then a woman named Sarah speaks. She works in the marketing team. Her voice is clear. Her voice is strong and confident. Sarah says, "We need to get ahead of this story. I have a proposal. We can start an education plan, and we can start it now. We can use many different ways to teach our users. We can create a set of special short videos. And we can host a live online class. In the class, we can show our most important clients the new features. We need to show them the value. We need to build their trust again." Mr. Harris slams his hand on the table. He is not angry. He has a big smile on his face. "Yes," he says, "that is it. Starting a plan now, special videos. I love it. Sarah, that is a great idea. Get the ball rolling on that. I want to see a plan on my desk by the end of today." Leo feels smaller in his chair. He feels like nobody can see him. He feels invisible. Sarah just said his idea, but she used different words. She used confident words, and her idea sounded new and exciting. Leo's words felt like a problem. Have you ever felt like Leo? Maybe you have good ideas. Maybe you have good skills. You want to work hard, but you feel like you speak a different language than the leaders in your company. You feel like people do not see you. You feel insecure. You feel like nobody understands you. What if you could get attention? Not with a louder voice, but with the right words. What if you could learn the words that show you are strong? The words that show you are good at your job. In this episode, we are not just learning a list of phrases. We are going to follow Leo's story. We will watch him learn 25 important phrases. These phrases took him from being invisible to being a person everyone wanted to work with. These are the phrases that will help people notice you. And I want to tell you a secret. It is more than just learning new words. It is about understanding the culture of talking that helps people make decisions at work. There is a big difference between saying, "Maybe we can talk about this later," and saying, "Let's circle back to this." The first one sounds passive. It sounds a little shy. The second one sounds like a leader. Today we are going to learn 25 of the most powerful phrases used in the workplace today. These phrases are like building blocks. They help you build your professional English skills. For each phrase, I will give you a clear, simple meaning. I will explain when to use it. And I will give you many examples, so you can hear how it sounds in a real conversation. And most important, we will see how Leo starts to use these phrases. We will watch him start with small talks, easy situations. Then we will watch him in big, important meetings. His story will be your map. By the end of this episode, you will not just know these 25 phrases, you will understand their power, the power to change your career. So if you have a notebook, you can grab it. Let's begin Leo's transformation and your transformation. Section 1. The foundations of connection and action. This first group of phrases is all about communication. Starting talks, managing talks, and starting projects. They are the basic tools for working with a team. They show that you are organized. They show you are proactive, meaning you take action. And they show you are a clear communicator. For Leo, learning these phrases was the first step, the safest step. Let's learn our first phrase. Phrase number 1, touch base. The first phrase is touch base. To touch base means to talk with someone for a short time. You talk to get a quick update or share news. It is less formal than saying schedule a meeting, but it is more professional than saying let's chat. It means you want to have a quick, focused talk. It shows you respect everyone's time. Imagine you are in a busy office. You gently tap someone on the shoulder. You are saying, "Hello, I know you're busy, but let's connect for a moment about this one thing." That is what touch base feels like. Here are some ways you can use it. Listen carefully. You could write in an email, "Hi, Jane, I have finished the first version of the report. Let's touch base for 15 minutes tomorrow to talk about the main points." Or you could say to your manager, "I just wanted to touch base about the client's comments from this morning. Do you have a moment?" You could say it at the end of a meeting. "This was a good discussion. Let's all touch base again on Friday to share our progress." or in a project conversation. Before the next part of the project, the design team and the development team need to touch base. They need to be sure they are on the same page. Using touch base instead of just talk makes your language sound more professional. It shows you understand how a professional office works. You are doing great. Let's move to the next one. Phrase number 2, circle back. This phrase is very important for meetings. The phrase is circle back. Circle back means to return to a topic later. It is a strong but polite way to stop a discussion for now. You are not saying the topic is bad. You are saying, this is important, but let's talk about it later. When you say, let's circle back, you are taking control of the meeting. You are helping everyone stay focused. Maybe you will talk about it when you have more information, or when the right people are in the room. It is a powerful tool to keep meetings on topic. Let's see how it works. Here are some examples. Imagine someone talks about something that is not on the meeting plan. You can say, that's an important point, Mark. But it's a little different from our topic today. Can we circle back to it in our strategy meeting next week? Imagine you get an email, but you do not have the answer. You can write, thanks for your question about the budget for Q4. I need to talk with the finance department about that. I'll circle back with you by the end of the day. You can also use it to follow up on an old question. I remember you asked about shipping to other countries. I did some research and wanted to circle back on that. If your manager asks a difficult question, you can say, that is the main challenge. Let me show you the data first. And then we can circle back to possible solutions. Saying, I don't know, can sometimes feel weak. But saying, I'll circle back with you sounds responsible. It sounds proactive. It sounds like you will find the answer. Wonderful. Let's learn our third phrase. Phrase number 3, keep someone in the loop. This phrase simply means to keep someone updated, to keep them informed. The loop is like a circle of people who know the important information. If you are in the loop, you are included. You know what is happening. If you are out of the loop, you are not informed. You do not know what is happening. When you offer to keep someone in the loop, you show that you are a good team player. You show that you are open and share information. This builds trust. It shows that you will not let important things happen secretly. Here are some examples. You get a new project. You can say to your boss, thank you for this opportunity. I will be sure to keep you in the loop on my progress with weekly email updates. When you work with another team, you can say, as we create the marketing papers, we'll keep the sales team in the loop so they can give their ideas. You can write in a group email, I am leading the project to redesign the office. I am adding you all to this email chain to keep you in the loop. You can also use it to ask for information politely. I know I'm not working on that project directly, but could you keep me in the loop? The result of that project will affect my team. It's a simple phrase, but it helps so much in building good, trusting relationships at work. You are doing an amazing job. Let's continue. Phrase number 4, get the ball rolling. This phrase means to start something, to start a project, to start a meeting, to start a task. It creates a feeling of energy, a feeling of movement. Imagine a ball that is not moving. You give it a small push to start it moving. That is what this phrase means. When you say, let's get the ball rolling, you show that you are a person who starts things, a person who takes action. This is the exact phrase that Sarah used in our story. It got the manager's attention. It is a call to action. It gives energy to the people around you. Let's see how it works. To start a project meeting, you can say, welcome everyone. We have a lot to do, so let's get the ball rolling by looking at the project goals. In an email to your team, you could write, hi team, the client said yes to the plan. Let's get the ball rolling on the first designs this week. To show you want to take action, you can say to your manager, I have some ideas for the social media plan. I can write a short proposal to get the ball rolling if you want. To break the silence in a meeting for new ideas, you can say, okay, let's just start saying some ideas. It does not matter if they seem strange. Let's get the ball rolling. This is a very positive and active phrase. It shows that you are ready to work. Phrase number 5, all hands on deck. This is an old phrase from ships. It means a situation is very important and urgent. It means everyone needs to help. It doesn't matter what your normal job is. You use this phrase when something is very important, like a very close deadline. It is a call for everyone to work together, a call for a big team effort. When you use this phrase, it shows you understand that a situation is serious, and you can bring a team together. But use it only for real emergencies. If you use it too much, it becomes less powerful. Here is how it is used. A manager has a very tight deadline. They might say, the client just changed the deadline to tomorrow morning. This is an all-hands-on-deck situation. I need everyone to help to finish this. In an email about a computer system problem, you might see, team, the main server is down. We need all hands on deck to fix this until it is working again. To explain a very busy time, you could say, we were all so busy last week because the product launch was moved earlier. It was a total all-hands-on-deck effort. When you need help from other departments, you can say, we have a surprise audit. We are asking for all hands on deck from the legal and finance teams to help us find the documents. This phrase can take a stressful moment and turn it into a time when the team feels strong together. Wonderful. You have learned the first 5 phrases. Let's see what Leo does with his new knowledge. Back at his desk, Leo felt that sad feeling again, the feeling of a missed chance. But this time something was different. He did not just feel sad. He knew he had to change. He spent his weekend watching videos. He read articles. He practiced saying new phrases. On Monday morning, he had a small job. He needed to work with Jessica from the graphics team. They needed to update a presentation. The old Leo would send a simple email. Something like, hey, can we talk about the presentation? He knew that kind of email was not clear. It would create many more emails just to find a time to talk. He took a deep breath and he typed a new email. The subject was, Quick check-in on Quarter 3 presentation graphics. The email said, "Hi, Jessica. I hope you're having a good start to the week. I have the final words for the slides. Before I sent the words to you, I was hoping we could touch base for about 10 minutes. I want to make sure my words match your design ideas. Let me know what time works for you. Best, Leo." He looked at the email. He was a little nervous. Then he pressed send. 15 minutes later, he got a reply. "Hi, Leo. Great idea. How about 11 in the morning? Talk then." It was a small thing, a very small victory. But Leo felt a change inside him. The communication was clean. It was professional. It was fast and easy. He did not just ask to talk. He proposed a clear action with a clear reason. For the first time, he was leading the communication. He was not just reacting to it. It felt good. It felt very good. Section 2. Managing workload and ensuring alignment. This next group of phrases is about real office life. It is about having many tasks to do, making sure everyone understands the plan, and finding the best way to do things. Learning these phrases shows you are not just a worker, it shows you are a thinker, a planner. Let's continue. Phrase number 6, have too much on my plate. This is a professional way to say you are very busy. You cannot take on new work right now. Imagine your work is food on a plate. The plate is how much work you can do. A full plate means you are at your limit. You cannot add more food. This phrase is much better than saying, "I'm too busy" or "I can't." It sounds like you are working hard, but you have a temporary limit. It helps you protect your time. It helps you avoid feeling too tired or stressed. And you still sound like a good employee. Here is how to use it politely. Your manager offers you another project. You can say, "I am very interested in that project. But to be honest, I have too much on my plate right now to give it the attention it needs. Could we talk about this again after Project Alpha is finished?" Explaining to a coworker why you cannot help. Normally, I would love to help with that work, but I have way too much on my plate this week with the budget deadline. In a team meeting, to let people know your situation, I want everyone to know my availability. I am focusing on the user testing part right now. So, I have a little too much on my plate to join the new marketing group. As a reason to give a task to someone else, I need to delegate the social media scheduling this month. With the conference planning, I simply have too much on my plate. This phrase is very important for creating healthy limits in a busy job. Phrase number 7, be on the same page. This is one of the most important phrases for teamwork. To be on the same page means to have the same understanding, a shared understanding of a plan, a goal, or a situation. When a team is not on the same page, there is confusion. There are mistakes. There is wasted time and effort. Using this phrase to check that everyone understands is a sign of a great team member. It is a simple question, but it can stop huge problems from happening. Here are some examples to check for understanding. At the start of a meeting, before we start, let's quickly talk about the main goals. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. After explaining a difficult idea, I know that was a lot of technical information. Does everyone feel like we're on the same page? Or are there any questions? In an email to make instructions clear, I just want to confirm. My understanding is the deadline is November 5th, and the budget is $10,000. Are we on the same page? When you feel there is confusion, hold on. I think we might be talking about two different things. Let's take a step back and get on the same page. Making sure everyone is on the same page will save you so much time later. You will not have to fix as many problems. This is so useful, right? Let's learn another one. Phrase number 8, low-hanging fruit. This phrase talks about the easiest tasks or the goals you can achieve with very little effort. Imagine a fruit tree. Instead of getting a ladder to reach the high fruit, you first pick the fruit that is hanging low. It is easy to grab. In business, working on the low-hanging fruit is a plan. It helps you get quick wins. It builds energy and shows you are making progress. When you find the low-hanging fruit, it shows you think like a planner. You know how to choose your priorities well. Here is how to use it. In a strategy meeting, instead of changing the whole website, let's focus on the low-hanging fruit. We can improve the checkout page this month and see a fast result. When starting a project to make things better, let's start by finding the low-hanging fruit. What are the small changes that will make the biggest difference for our team every day? In a written plan or proposal, my plan has two parts. Part 1 focuses on the low-hanging fruit to get quick results. This will build support for the bigger project later. To give your team energy, let's get a few quick wins. What is the low-hanging fruit we can work on today? This phrase shows you are practical. You focus on results. And you are smart with your time and energy. Phrase number 9. Be on track. This phrase means a project is moving forward as planned. It will likely finish on time. It is a simple, clear, and positive way to give an update on your work. It comes from the idea of a train on its tracks, moving smoothly to where it needs to go. When you report that you are on track, you show that you have control. You show that you are reliable. It is the best possible answer you can give when someone asks for an update. Here is how to talk about your progress. In an update to your manager, quick update on the Q3 report. Everything is on track for the Friday deadline. When a client asks about their project, we are happy to tell you that the project is moving as planned. We are right on track to give you the first version next month. In a team meeting, let's go around the room and get an update from everyone. Sarah, is the marketing plan on track? To make leaders or clients feel calm and sure, we had some small challenges, but we have made up the time. We are now fully on track to meet our launch date. And the opposite, off track, is a clear way to show there is a problem. For example, we're a little off track and I need some help. Okay, just one more for this section. You are doing so well. Phrase number 10. Deep dive. To do a deep dive means to study or analyze something in great detail. It means you go under the surface. You look for the real causes of a problem. You look for complex information or hidden details. When you suggest a deep dive, you show that you do not want simple answers. You show that you want to do a very careful and complete investigation. This phrase shows you are curious. It shows you have strong analytical skills. You like to think and understand things deeply. Use it to suggest a more detailed look at something. When you see surprising numbers, the first sales numbers are much lower than we expected. I think we need to do a deep dive into the numbers for each region to understand what is happening. In a planning meeting, before we agree to this plan, let's schedule a different meeting. We can do a deep dive on the possible risks. To your manager to show you want to take action, I have been reading customer comments and I see some common problems. I would like to do a deep dive and prepare a report on what I find. As a main topic for a meeting, the main goal of this afternoon's meeting is to do a deep dive into our competitor's new product. Suggesting a deep dive shows people that you are a careful and strategic thinker. Wonderful. Let's check in on Leo and see how he is doing with these new phrases. A few weeks passed. Leo was in a team meeting. His manager, David, was talking about the plan for a new software launch. As David showed the slides, Leo felt a small confusion in the room. It seemed like the design team had a different idea about a deadline than the engineering team. The old Leo would have been silent. He would worry about looking stupid. He would worry about interrupting the manager. But the new Leo knew this was an important moment. If they did not have the same understanding now, it could waste weeks of work later. When David stopped to take a breath, Leo spoke. His voice was clearer this time. David, this is really helpful. Just to make sure we're all on the same page. Is the design completion date on slide 5 the day the design is given to engineering? Or is it the day for the final okay from the marketing team? David stopped. He looked at the slide. Then he looked at the leader of the design team. Then at the leader of the engineering team. That is an excellent question to make things clear, Leo. It is the day the design is given to engineering. Ken, does that timing still work for you? The lead engineer, Ken, shook his head. No. If that is the date, then we are not on track. We will need another week. Suddenly everyone started talking, but it was good talking, productive talking. They were fixing a problem before it became a big problem. At the end of the meeting, David came over to Leo's desk. Good catch in there, Leo, he said. You saved us from a major headache. Leo felt a warm feeling in his chest. He did not just speak. He helped. He contributed. He used the right words to find a problem and help solve it. He was not just sitting in the room anymore. He was part of the conversation. Section 3. Driving ideas and collaboration. This next group of phrases is about creating new ideas. It is about teamwork and making things happen. These are the tools for a person who creates new things. An innovator, they help you move a team from just talking about problems to creating solutions. Phrase number 11, brainstorm. To brainstorm means to generate many ideas in a group. It is a time for free thinking. There is no judgment, no criticism. The goal is to get a large number of ideas first, The quality of the ideas is not important at the start. You want to create a storm of ideas. It is a team activity. It encourages new ideas because people are not afraid of being wrong. When you suggest a brainstorm, you are creating a space that is open and creative. It says, let's solve this problem together. All ideas are welcome here. Here is how you can start a creative meeting. When you have a difficult problem, we have been stuck on this for a while. Let's book a room tomorrow and just brainstorm some new ways to think about it. There are no bad ideas. To start a creative project, the client wants a new name for their product. Let's get the team together and brainstorm some possibilities. In an email to your team, for our next team meeting, I would like to brainstorm ways we can communicate better inside our team. Please come with some first thoughts. To encourage people to share, we need a theme for the company party. Let's brainstorm some ideas. Anyone? Suggesting a brainstorm is a great way to show you respect your team's ideas and intelligence. Phrase number 12. Think outside the box. This is a very famous phrase. It means to think creatively, to think from a new and different direction. The box is a metaphor. It means the normal, common, and obvious solutions. To think outside the box is to question the usual way of doing things. Now, I know what you may be thinking. This phrase is used a lot. It is a bit of a cliche, but it is still used everywhere. And everyone understands that it means be creative. It is a way of asking people to break free from their normal thinking. Here's how you can encourage new ideas. In a product meeting, our competitors all have the same features. We need to think outside the box to be truly different. To your team when they feel stuck, we keep talking about the same two solutions. Let's take a break and really try to think outside the box. As a compliment for a creative idea, that's a wonderful suggestion, Maria. That is exactly the kind of thinking outside the box that we need. In a document for a new project, for this advertising campaign, we want something surprising. We encourage the agency to think outside the box. Using this phrase shows you are focused on finding new and better solutions. Keep going. You are doing wonderfully. Phrase number 13, win-win. A win-win situation is a result that is good for everyone. Everyone involved gets a benefit. There are no losers. This is a very important idea in business today. Some people see business as a game where one person must lose for another to win. But looking for a win-win means you are looking for a solution that helps everyone. A solution that creates value for all people. This phrase shows you are a fair and cooperative partner. Here's how to talk about a positive result for everyone. During a negotiation or discussion about price, if you can give us a 10% discount on a larger order, you get more business and we get a better price. It's a win-win. When you propose a partnership, by hosting this online seminar together, we both get to meet each other's audiences. This is a classic win-win situation. To help your team accept a new process, I know this new software will take time to learn, but in the end, it will save us all hours of manual work. It's a win-win for everyone. To a client, If you sign a 2-year contract, we can keep your price the same for 2 years. It's a win-win for your budget and for our planning. Trying to find a win-win shows you have a mature and smart approach to business. Phrase number 14, action items. Action items are the specific tasks that are given to people during a meeting. They are the real, concrete results of a discussion. A meeting without action items is just a chat. A meeting that ends with a clear list of action items is a productive meeting. Each action item should say 3 things. 1, the task. 2, the person responsible for the task. And 3, the deadline for the task. Using this phrase makes you sound organized. It makes you sound focused on results. It makes you sound great at getting things done. Here is how you turn talk into action. At the end of a meeting, great discussion, everyone. Before we finish, let's review the action items. Tom, you are writing the proposal by Wednesday. Sarah, you're booking the location by Friday, is that correct? In a follow-up email after a meeting, "Hi team, thank you for your time today. Here is a summary of the action items we agreed on." To make your own tasks clear. So, just to be clear, my only action item from this meeting is to send you the sales numbers from Q2. When a conversation is not going anywhere, okay, we have been talking about this for an hour. What are the real action items we can take to move forward? Focusing on action items is the best way to make your meetings more useful. Phrase number 15, loop in. We talked about keeping someone in the loop. This phrase, loop in, is more active. To loop someone in means to add them to a conversation. Usually you add them because you need their special knowledge or their permission. You are actively pulling someone into the conversation loop. This phrase is very, very common with email and team chat apps like Slack or Microsoft Teams. It is a fast and easy way to add the right people to a discussion. Here's how to use it. In an email, you might write, "This is a great start to the project. I'm going to loop in my manager so she knows about our progress." You would then add your manager's email to the CC line. In a team chat, "I have a question about the legal words here." I'll loop in someone from the legal team. When you see someone important is missing from a meeting, we really need marketing's ideas on this. Can someone loop in Sarah? As a request to someone, before you continue with the design, please loop me in so I can give you my thoughts. It's a quick piece of office language. It shows you know how to communicate well in a company. Okay, are you ready to see Leo use these phrases? Let's see what happens next in his story. Leo was now speaking more in meetings. He was a regular contributor. He was feeling more and more confident. One afternoon, his team had a new goal. They needed to get more people to sign up for the company's newsletter. The meeting was slow. The ideas were old and boring. Ideas like, "Let's run an ad," or "Let's put a banner on the website." Leo saw a chance, an opportunity. "What if we try to think outside the box here?" he started. The room went quiet. It was the first time he had ever tried to change the direction of a meeting so directly. He continued, "Our current way of doing things is giving us the same old results. What if, instead of just asking people to sign up, we created something valuable? Something they get only when they sign up? His manager, David, leaned forward. He was interested. Go on, he said. We could get some quick wins, Leo said. His confidence was growing. The low-hanging fruit would be to take our top 10 blog posts from last year and put them into a single PDF file. The writing is already done. It's a win-win, he explained. The customer gets something valuable for free and we get their email address. He then looked around the room at his team. We could even brainstorm the topic for a bigger ebook right now. There was a moment of silence. And then Sarah from marketing spoke. I love that idea. We could tell our current followers about it. Ken, the engineer, added, a special web page for that is easy. I can make that in one day. Leo felt a happy, excited feeling. He did not just give an idea. He presented a full plan using the language of his leaders. He used concepts they understood, thinking differently, getting quick wins, and creating a situation that helps everyone. At the end of the meeting, he even took the lead. He said, I can send out a summary email with the action items we have decided on. Leo was becoming a leader. Section 4. Driving efficiency and making decisions. This next group of phrases is about business and numbers. It's about data, money, and making final decisions. These phrases show that you understand the business side of things and that you can make clear decisions based on information. Let's learn them. Phrase number 16, crunch the numbers. This phrase means to do a lot of calculations or to analyze financial data. You often use it when you need to do a very careful analysis before you make a big decision. The word crunch sounds like a computer working hard, processing a lot of information. It suggests a serious and focused effort. When you say you need to crunch the numbers, it shows that your decisions are based on data and facts, not just feelings. Here is how to talk like an analyst. Before a big purchase, this new software looks great, but I need to sit down and crunch the numbers to see if we can really afford it. In a strategy meeting, opening a new office is an exciting idea. But first, let's ask the finance team to crunch the numbers on the possible costs and money we could make. When looking at a project's success, the project felt successful. But we need to crunch the numbers on how many users are using it and how many are becoming customers to know for sure. Before you finish a proposal or plan, I will have the plan ready for you by Friday. I just need a few days to crunch the numbers for the budget part. This phrase shows people you are responsible with money and you use data to make decisions. Phrase number 17, bang for your buck. This is a casual but very common phrase. It means getting the most value for your money. Buck is a slang word, an informal word for a dollar. When you are looking for the most bang for your buck, you are looking for the best way to use your budget. It is not just about being cheap. It is about getting the most benefit for the cost. It shows that you are a smart and practical decision maker. Here is how you can talk about value. When choosing between two options, option A is cheaper, but option B has more features. I think option B gives us more bang for our buck over a long time. To explain why something is worth the cost, I know the training program is a big investment, but the skills the team will learn will make them 30% more productive. That's a lot of bang for the buck. In a marketing discussion, a special online ad campaign will give us much more bang for our buck than a small ad in a newspaper. When looking at your suppliers, we need to look at our current suppliers again. I'm not sure we're getting the best bang for our buck anymore. This is a phrase that proves you think like a business owner. You are doing great. Let's keep going. Phrase number 18, raise the bar. To raise the bar means to set higher standards, to have higher expectations. The phrase comes from a sport called the high jump. In the high jump, athletes jump over a bar. After a good jump, the bar is moved higher. It is raised. In business, it means to improve the level of quality, performance, or goals. It is a phrase used by leaders who always want to get better. When you talk about raising the bar, you show that you care deeply about quality and improvement. Here is how you can inspire people to aim higher. After a very good quarter, we had a fantastic quarter two, but we cannot get too comfortable. For quarter three, we need to raise the bar and aim for 15% growth. When you introduce a new, better process, with this new process, we are raising the bar for customer service in our industry. To motivate an employee, your work on the last project was excellent. On this next one, I want you to raise the bar and take a leadership role. As a company goal or motto, our goal is not just to be as good as others. Our goal is to always raise the bar and show what is possible. This is a powerful leadership phrase. It inspires teams to do more and be better. Phrase number 19, the bottom line. The bottom line has two meanings. The first meaning is about money. It is the final line on a financial report. It shows if a company made money or lost money. The second meaning is more common. It means the most important basic point of a situation. You use this phrase to cut through all the small details. You use it to get to the most important part of a discussion. It is a strong phrase that says, let's stop talking about small things and focus on what is truly important. Here's how to get straight to the point. To summarize a long discussion, we have talked about the market and about our staff. But the bottom line is, if the product does not work well, we will fail. Muck. To state a final result, we can look at the campaign in many ways. But the bottom line is that sales went up by 20%. When you have to give bad news directly, I know this is hard to hear. But the bottom line is we are over budget and we have to cut costs. As a question to focus a meeting, I understand the technical details, but what's the bottom line for our customers? How will this change things for them? Using the bottom line shows you can think clearly. It shows you can prioritize and focus on results. Phrase number 20, good to go. This is a simple, positive, and casual phrase. It means something or someone is ready. It is a statement of readiness. It sounds more energetic and sure than just saying, I'm ready or it's done. It is a phrase that shows confidence. It shows you are prepared. Here's how to show you are ready. To your manager before a presentation. I have checked the slides 2 times and practiced my talk. The presentation is good to go. In a team chat before a product launch, the final system check is done. We are good to go for the 10 in the morning launch. As a question to your team, is everyone set up with the new software? Are we good to go? Confirming your part of a project is done. You asked me to get the client's approval. I just finished a call with them. We're good to go. It is a simple, good way to communicate that a task is finished, and the next step can begin. Let's see how Leo uses these powerful phrases. This is an exciting part of his story. The ebook project that Leo suggested was a big success. It was so successful that his manager, David, asked him to analyze how well it did, and then to present what he found to the head of the whole department. The old Leo would have been so scared. This time, Leo saw it as a great opportunity. He spent 2 days looking at data. He was deep in analytics, creating charts and working in spreadsheets. When he met with his manager, David, to prepare, David asked him, "So, was the project a success?" Leo was ready. "It was," he said. "But I wanted to look deeper than the simple numbers. So I really took the time to crunch the numbers. The number of new signups was great, a 300% increase. But the bottom line is the conversion rate. That means how many of those new people took another step. Of those new signups, 15% have already talked with our sales team. That is double our old average." David's eyebrows went up. He was very surprised. "Double?" he asked. "Yes," Leo said, showing a chart on his screen. "And when I looked at the cost of the project versus the possible money from these new leads, it is clear this project gave us the most bang for our buck of any project this year." He paused for a moment, then he added, "I think this is our new standard. We have proved that this method works. Now we need to raise the bar and plan a full content strategy based on this idea." David was quiet for a moment. He had no words. He looked at Leo. He did not see a junior employee. He saw a strategist, a planner, a leader. "Leo, this is brilliant," David said. "This is exactly what the department head needs to see. Are you ready for the meeting tomorrow?" Leo smiled. A real, confident smile. "I have already prepared the slides," he said. "The presentation is good to go." Section 5. The climax, commanding the room. This final group of phrases is the highest level of professional communication. They are about showing respect, staying organized, and taking strong action. These are the phrases that show true leadership ability in very important situations. You are so close to learning all 25. Let's finish strong. Phrase number 21. Look forward to. This is a common and powerful phrase. You use it at the end of emails and conversations. It shows you are happy and excited about what will happen next. It is much stronger and warmer than saying, "I'll see you then." Saying you look forward to something shows you are truly and professionally excited about the next meeting or conversation. It adds a feeling of warmth and politeness. It sets a positive feeling for your next interaction. Here's how to end a conversation on a positive note. In an email after you schedule a meeting, I look forward to our conversation on Tuesday. After a great job interview, I look forward to hearing from you soon. In a proposal to a new client, we are confident we can give you excellent results, and we look forward to the opportunity to partner with you. When you end a phone call, thank you for your time. I look forward to meeting you at the conference next month. It is a small, classy touch that makes a big difference. Phrase number 22. Let me know. This is a helpful phrase that feels like teamwork. It is an open invitation for someone to ask for help, give you information, or share their opinion. It is softer and more friendly than saying, "Tell me if you need something." Let me know creates a feeling of partnership and support. It is a phrase that builds connections and shows you are a helpful team player. Here are its many uses. When you offer help, I have finished my tasks for today. Let me know if you need an extra pair of hands. When you ask for a decision, I have sent the 3 design options. Let me know which one you prefer by the end of the day. At the end of an email with instructions, I hope these instructions are clear. Let me know if you have any questions. When you give a task to someone, please look at this first version and let me know your thoughts. It is a simple, friendly phrase that keeps communication open and easy. Phrase number 23. In the loop. We already talked about keeping someone in the loop and looping someone in. This is about being in the loop. It is the state of being informed. When you thank someone for keeping you in the loop, you're telling them they are a good communicator. It is all about making sure the right people have the right information. Here's how to talk about the flow of information. As a thank you. Thanks for the update. I appreciate you keeping me in the loop. To confirm someone's status, don't worry, the project manager has you on the list. You're in the loop. To ask to be included, I have not heard about the new office move. Can you make sure I'm in the loop on future messages? To describe a well-managed project, this project has been managed so well. Everyone is always in the loop. Phrase number 24. Fast track. To fast track a project means to give it high priority, so it can be finished more quickly than normal. It's about making something go faster. It can mean skipping some of the normal slow steps to speed things up. You fast track things that are urgent or very, very important. Suggesting that something be fast tracked shows you know what is important, and you are focused on speed. Here's how to talk about making things go faster. In an urgent meeting, because of the new deadline, we need to fast track the approval process. We cannot wait 2 weeks for the normal permissions. To your manager, this customer complaint is serious. I think we need to fast track a solution and have it ready by the end of the week. As a request to another department, could you please fast track this payment? The supplier is waiting and it is stopping our project. When announcing a big decision, we're going to fast track the development of this new feature because it will give us a big advantage over our competitors. It is a word that signals importance and a need for speed. Okay, my friend, we have arrived at the final phrase. Number 25. Phrase number 25. Get your ducks in a row. This is a fun, colorful phrase. It means to get everything organized and prepared before you start something. The image is of a mother duck. She is leading her baby ducks, her ducklings. They are all in a perfect, neat line behind her. To get your ducks in a row means to organize your tasks, your information, and your resources in a very orderly way. It is the best phrase to talk about preparation. It shows that you are a very careful planner. You think ahead. Here's how to talk about being prepared. Before a big meeting with a client. The meeting is next week. We need to get our ducks in a row. Let's finish the presentation and do a full practice run. To your manager to make them feel calm. Don't worry about the audit. I've already started to get my ducks in a row. All the documents are being organized. As advice to a friend or coworker. Before you ask for a promotion, you should get your ducks in a row. Update your resume and make a list of all your great work. When planning a complex project, there are a lot of different parts here. Let's take this week to get all our ducks in a row before we officially start the project. It is a phrase that makes people feel confident that you are in control. You did it. You learned all 25 phrases. Now for the best part. Let's see what happens to Leo. 6 months after his sad, embarrassing moment, Leo was in another meeting. But this meeting was different. It was in the main boardroom, the biggest meeting room. The CEO of the company, Mr. Evans, was at the head of the table. The topic was the same, the failing platform. Sarah's campaign had helped a little, but the main problems were still there. The feeling in the room was heavy, tense. So, Mr. Evans said. His voice was low. We are still losing users. What is the real problem here? Silence. The senior managers looked down at their notebooks. Then a calm, clear voice spoke. It cut through the tense silence. It was Leo. Mr. Evans, I've been doing a deep dive into the user data for the last 2 months. All eyes in the room turned to him. The CEO, Mr. Evans, raised an eyebrow. He was curious. Leo continued. His voice was strong and steady. The bottom line is that the platform is not the problem. The first experience is the problem. We lose 80% of our users in the first 48 hours. They sign up, they get confused, and then they leave. He pointed to the screen. There was one single powerful chart on the screen. I have already started to prepare a solution, Leo said. I have already started to get my ducks in a row. My idea is a complete redesign of the first-time user experience. And I have already had beginning talks with the engineering and design teams. People in the room started whispering to each other. Mr. Harris, the same manager who had ignored Leo 6 months ago, spoke. A full redesign could take a year, he said. It could, Leo agreed. But I have found a plan with different phases. The real priority is a quick start guided tour. I believe we need to fast track that feature. We can make it live in just 6 weeks. He looked directly at the CEO. This will raise the bar for our user experience and it will fix our user numbers. I have prepared a full document with the plan. And we can get the ball rolling this week. He finished speaking. The room was completely silent. Leo's heart was pounding. It was beating so fast. But this time it was not from fear. It was from excitement and adrenaline. Mr. Evans, the CEO, stared at him for a long moment. Then a slow smile appeared on his face. "Who are you?" he asked. He was genuinely curious. He really wanted to know. David, Leo's manager, spoke up proudly. "This is Leo. He is on my team." The CEO nodded. His eyes were still on Leo. "Leo, I like how you think. You did not just bring me a problem, you brought me a solution. A solution with good research and a clear plan of action. Get that plan to me this afternoon," the CEO said. He then looked at the rest of the managers at the table. "I want everyone to support him on this. Make it happen." As the CEO stood up to leave, he stopped by Leo's chair. He looked at Leo and said, "Young man, I look forward to seeing what you can do." In just 6 months, Leo went from being invisible to being invaluable. From being someone no one noticed to being someone everyone needed. He did not get a new college degree. He did not change who he was. He changed his words. The story we follow today is not just a story. It is proof. Proof of the power of language. Phrases like circle back, raise the bar, and get your ducks in a row are not just empty office words. They are signals. They signal confidence. They signal clarity. They signal that you are good at your job. They are the keys that unlock the door to leadership. We have covered 25 important phrases today, from starting a conversation with touch base to making sure everyone understands with on the same page, all the way to taking action with fast track. Each one is a tool, and like any tool, it becomes more powerful when you practice using it. Your change, your transformation will not happen just by listening to this podcast. It will happen when you take these phrases and start using them. Start small, just like Leo did. Use touch base in an email tomorrow. Try to find the low-hanging fruit in your next team meeting. When you finish a discussion, define the action items. Confidence comes from competence. Competence means being good at something. By learning the language of your professional world, you build that competence. And that allows your natural, true confidence to shine. You stop feeling like an outsider. And you start feeling like the builder of your own career. You have done such a wonderful job today. Learning new things takes time and energy. And you did it. Remember that learning is a journey. It is okay to be slow. It is okay to make mistakes. The most important thing is to keep going. Be kind to yourself. You are learning a new language, and you are doing beautifully. Thank you so much for being here with me, my friend. Your presence is a gift. I have a question for you. What is one business phrase you hear all the time at your job? Let me know in the comments. I love reading them, and we can all learn from each other. And if this episode was helpful for you, please give it a like or a 5-star rating. It is a simple and easy way to support the podcast, and it helps other learners find us. Thank you again for your time and your wonderful energy. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself. See you next time, my friend.